Jess,
Hello, James.
how are you?
Good. How are you?
Do you know what this means?
I think I do.
It means you won.
I know. Yay! I'm so
You won the
excited.
contest.
I am like, woo. You have no idea. I didn't think I was going to win.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what. I heard the other girls and I thought, yeah, I'm pretty cool. But you know, when you're just like, your self-confidence and you're just like, no, like I'm not going to win. And then when I got that email, I was like, stop. I actually ran around the house and told my whole family.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I called my partner and he's like, you didn't. I'm like, yeah. He's like, I knew you were going to win.
It's not like you're on 92.9.
I know, but it felt like I was. It was
Alright.
really, it was like an accomplishment.
Okay. Sounds
It felt,
good.
look, don't put me down. Like that's how I felt.
I
should
can't
be
tell. I never
excited.
auditioned things, so I don't know what it's like to be on the other side. Really, I'm just used to it. General introduction. I know what it like. I don't know what it's like to succeed.
No, because like I'm the type where, you know, where you go and do something
Mhm.
and if you put so much hope into it or whatever,
Mhm.
and then, you know, you're let down. But I think, you know, I went for it and I tried and I was like, whatever happens, you know, it's just, look, I feel accomplished.
Okay.
Simple as that. So thank you, voters.
You want to know what the bad things people had to say about you?
Yes, I did, because I want to know how to improve and if I, you know, did some stuff that was
Good
like...
news. I didn't
"Oh."
ask for bad things, so I didn't get any.
Really? I thought you did.
No.
No. Oh, okay.
People had to say what they liked about the person they were voting for, not why they're better than the other person.
Oh, okay.
I think.
You think?
It was all positive.
Play
Obviously,
that.
that's why you're here.
I want every single written note.
Yeah, I don't think so. Because then you went to see what they said about the other people.
Oh, yeah.
It's a conflict of interest.
I did listen to everyone because I was like, I need to know what I'm up against. Oh, I thought we actually were all quite interesting and all different, which is obviously why we all
Yeah.
got...
Yeah, I
Got
mean, I
on
could
there.
probably talk to all of them, but I thought you were a good balance of like humor and down to earthness.
Oh,
So here you are.
yay.
So basically, what we're going to do this episode, the first episode, is we don't even have a name for this show. We don't even know what it's going to be about. So I thought we
No.
could discuss this. You could actually, the first episode can be a like a prequel. It's like a prequel episode that you get to actually hear us discuss what we're going to do, and
Where we're going to go.
yeah, any ideas for names? Do you have any ideas for names?
You know what? I thought of something just really, you know, it sounds gay, but I don't know, just our names. I was like, well, Jessie O and James P.
Okay. Jop.
Jop. Oh my God. Jop. Oh, wow.
Or Podge.
Podge.
Um,
Well, what are some other
OJP?
names?
OJ?
No, not
well,
OJ.
I was thinking, I wasn't sure whether to make it
Orange
like
juice.
Perth-centric. I was thinking like you could do stuff with Perth, like the Perfectionists.
Ooh.
But then international listeners won't get that. And it'll be hard to Google.
Yeah. You know, with all the spelling issues and all.
Because it will not be spelled like Perfectionist.
Yeah.
And even if we named it Perfectionist, like it's really spelled, a million other things will come up in the
Yeah,
Google search.
exactly. No, don't do
Um,
that. We need to be. Do we need to be creative? Do you think like something just so different, or
I don't know. We don't have to decide tonight. I just thought if you had any ideas to throw out there, you can obviously send me emails, whatever.
I think
during
this
the week.
needs to, like a proper discussion. This is serious stuff, James.
Because it's hard to. You need to have something that's searchable. That people can go, oh, I'm on this podcast, and people go, oh, I can't remember what the address was, but I can easily Google it because you know.
Just
The
a
actual
random
radio station is called Gimmerish FM, but people don't know how to spell Gimmerish.
Yeah,
but
I know.
never
I
really-
was going to say.
I never
yeah,
really
'cause there's
promote
the
it
gibberish.
as the station. I always usually promote it based on the podcast.
Okay, on a random note, everyone is staring at us.
Yeah. Well, we're in
I
the
think they think we're
cultural-
92.9. They're like, can
We
we
could be
get
like,
an
what? So
interview?"
what do you think about daylight savings? Bloody hell!
Yeah.
Come
Why
on.
do Perth people hate daylight savings?
Yeah. So yeah. So what was you wanted to do something with the initials of a name?
Well, I don't know, because, I mean, you always email me and it says James P.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's because I don't want you to know my last name.
Yeah.
Do you know what my last name is?
No.
It is Pontifex. So I was thinking I could do a podcast one day called Pontification, because pontification is talking out your ass.
Oh, okay.
And it's related to Pontifex somehow.
Well, we do that.
Yeah.
So we just talk crap.
But then that's kind of implying it's my show.
Just your... Well...
It's just my opinions. And I guess if I have a show where it's just me going, yeah, so let's get rid of daylight saving, then that should be it. But I don't know if that reflects this podcast.
Pontification and
Pontification.
I don't know. But my initials are J-O and yours are J-P.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool that we have J and J.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm liking Jop.
That's what we're going to end up with that.
Yeah.
We can't think of anything but
Jop. No.
When you say Jop, can you hear what it's...
Jop?
Do you reckon, obviously you know, but can you put yourself in other people's shoes when they hear Jop? Will they know how to spell it?
Well, yeah, I'd bloody hope so.
Yeah, and the purse sounds really bad for radio because it goes into the microphone.
Yeah. Oh, and just another thing I actually want to let people know is that when I talk sometimes, I don't know if it's just, like I had braces, and when I talk, if people haven't noticed yet, when I say S, it does that. It has a little whistle. Now, I've been told about it since I was a child, and I cannot stop it unless I'm really focusing on it. So sometimes I will go, and it just sounds like I'm like, what are you doing?
Everyone has quirks. I have this every now and then go like that, and when I'm editing, I see this big spike in the sound wave. It's me going.
Oh, that's what Kim Kardashian does.
Thanks.
No.
Is that a compliment? I don't know.
I don't know.
I never know if she's bad or good these days.
I don't know. She's losing it, and I don't care.
Kim Kardashian.
Let's not. I think the whole world talks about her. So let's maybe
have you ever considered getting famous by putting a porn film out?
No.
No.
Because everyone would just see me as like a naked porn star.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but Kim can go on and on and on about how
but
she's
that's feminist power. She's putting herself out
there. That is not feminist power. I'm so sorry. I do not believe that is feminist power. This is my opinion, and each to their own.
Yeah.
Okay, women have not fought for years and years and years, to have some, certain women come up and put a naked shot up and go, oh, this is women power. No, sorry. This is what men think of us in the first place, is that all we're good for is like naked and cleaning and cooking. And then
so you want to put the blame on the women, not on the men for objectifying her?
No, I'm not putting the blame on anyone. I'm saying that...
I'm just trolling.
I'm not putting the blame on anyone. Like, actually, you know what? I was thinking about this just when she actually recently put up another nude selfie, and she put like black marks or whatever over the top. And then she wrote this huge, because Bette Midler, who is very respected in the industry, she's a huge actress and, an old recognised one. And, she's done a lot. And she actually put something up on Twitter or something or rather, basically shaming her. I don't know the full gist of it. But, and then Kim Kardashian wrote this big speech about how she's trying to empower women. Yeah, I know. She can write.
That was so racist or sexist. I don't know.
She's a fuck. Can I say fuck?
Yes.
I never said that last time. No. Oh, what is your opinion? I don't know. I get so frustrated.
I don't even know who she is.
Yeah.
I don't. Okay. I haven't watched any of her stuff. And I know my connection is she was once friends with Paris Hilton. Yes. I was a big Paris Hilton fan back in the day.
Oh my God, so was I. That's actually how I know her, because of Paris. Although, can we just stop?
That whole gang of Lindsay Lohan, Paris Hilton, and who was the third one?
Nicole Richie. Was it?
No.
Was there another one?
Britney Spears.
Britney.
And they weren't. I don't think they were actually friends. They just back in 2004, every headline was one of those three, of any gossip sort of format.
I know. What happened to Paris? I mean, I know we bitch about Kim. Everyone bitches about Kim and everything, but Paris essentially did the exact same thing. She, was a porn star, and then she
that's it. But Paris Hilton was the original.
Was the original porny. Yeah, she was, wasn't she?
I mean, I think Pamela Anderson did as well, but I don't think that was deliberate. That kind of got stolen, didn't it? So, I don't know.
Yeah, so they claim. I've never my tape.
And that was back before
stolen.
the Pamela was before the internet, so people had to literally share VHS tapes.
Well,
you know.
wasn't Kim Kardashian stolen, and so it wasn't Paris's as well? They all
I
go.
think they've said that she
it
made a
was
lot of money.
stolen. Yeah, they
Directly,
probably.
not indirectly.
I reckon they had a director and lighting.
So you've watched it.
No, I'm saying I reckon
Okay.
that they had a director and lighting and everything. So I'm
How do
saying
you know if you
that
haven't seen it?
I've seen
Got you.
parts. I haven't watched it, but
Okay.
I'm saying I reckon they got.
How
a
do you see
director.
parts of it and not watch the whole thing?
Because I just didn't. I should.
Like you Googled it one day. and
Yeah,
it
I
came up,
googled it and it came up. Of course. Who
and you
has
played
it?
a bit and you're like, this isn't for me.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, it's not doing anything. No. Actually, I don't remember how I watched it. I think Paris's one was just like a big thing, and it was up on certain websites or whatever, and it was just popping up, and I think, it was being talked about. So, actually, I don't even know if I've watched Paris's. I've seen pictures and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Kim's, I think I've watched like 20 seconds of. Apparently, I think you have to pay for it to actually watch it, and I'm like, I'm not paying for this.
Oh, I'm sure you can get around that.
Yeah, probably. Maybe I don't know enough illegal sites. But even Kendra Wilkinson, she has, I don't know if you know who that is. You're like,
No.
No.
I
No,
don't know
well,
any of
she
the
has one as well. There's so many out there, and I think they can just
The
get
last
famous.
celebrity downfall I observed with a keen eye was Amanda Bynes.
Yeah, I know. Do you know, I was not thinking that would
Just
happen
because
with her.
I was listening to a podcast at the time, one of the guys was obsessed with us who used to update everyone, and I was just like, oh, well,
I
once you
was
start
obsessed
hearing
with her.
about it, you wanted to know more.
No, I know.
That was kind of a tragic story,
It was tragic.
you know.
She was a great actress.
So
and
that
I
was
don't
actual
know.
real downfall rather than a downfall
Yeah.
to get attention. It was actual.
Do you think? I reckon that was a real
Well,
downfall as well
Yeah,
because of
because
what
she
was
would
happening.
she'll be still around if
Yeah.
it wasn't real.
Well, people were asking her, why aren't you acting? What's happening? Are you not getting jobs? And she said, leave me alone, back off. I'm 22 years old and a millionaire.
Okay.
And I was like, ooh, good comeback, girl. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So on my old podcast that I used to have before, we used to start the show by asking, what have you been consuming? Which means anything you've consumed with your mouth or eyes or ears, like TV shows you've watched, movies you've watched, or plays, or
What have I been consuming?
podcasts you've listened to, or the music you've listened to, or
Is this
restaurants, food you've eaten.
Is this going to be a mini interview on Jess again?
No, this is, I think this will be a regular. We'll start off by saying, oh, well, yeah, okay, so I watched the 5th season of Will and Grace this week.
That's
And
so
you
funny.
give us a little book report on it.
Okay. Cool. That actually sounds great because that's
It's a bit
basically
of an
what people
icebreaker.
talk about anyway,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Mhm.
What have you consumed this week?
So what have you consumed this week?
What have I consumed
Or at
this
least
week?
since we last spoke.
What have I consumed? More shows. I'm such a show person. God.
Are you working full time at the moment?
No, I'm not. I need to find a full-time role. Because remember I was saying I was temping. So I
Mhm.
currently don't have a temp job. And I
So
need
you can
to
watch
find...
stuff during the day?
Yeah, I can.
Or do you do other stuff during the day?
No, so I like to go out and, go for runs, and I take my dogs out, try and keep myself busy. I should keep myself busier, but I'm always, looking at the real estate market, which is what I was saying to you, looking at, jobs and, where I can be, looking at, what my next options are and everything. But I'm bored with my life at the moment. So I was saying to you that I was a bit in a dilemma. So that's probably why I came on this, audition.
You're
that
hoping
audition.
this will be your salvation.
This
to
could
get you
be my
out there.
thing.
Yeah. To get you out of the funk.
Yes.
Are you in a funk?
I am in a funk.
Yeah.
I am in a funk. And it's sad. I'm like, why am I in such a funk? I feel like 2 years ago it was happening and, I feel like I'm sort of at the age... Well, this is going to sound really stupid because I'm young, but it's like I'm at this, like... What's that middle life crisis? But I'm
Yeah.
not middle-aged.
You hope.
Yeah.
You hope you're not.
Do I look middle-aged?
No, I'm just saying that you just hope that
Yeah.
you're not half of what you actually live to.
Yeah, no, I know. God, I hope not. That would be sad. I will cry. No. But yeah, that's sort of what I'm going through. So I'm like, I'm in a funk. That's what I call it because I know that I can get out. I just need to motivate myself. I'm the type of person who needs consistent, different stuff, and sometimes I just get worried because can I really fulfill myself? I
Mhm.
don't know. Yeah, does that sound
That
weird?
sounds reasonable. If going back a bit, if someone said, "Look, I can tell you exactly like when you're going to die," would you want to know?
No. I wouldn't want to know.
No.
I
But if
don't
you
wanna
know,
know.
you can plan exactly.
Yeah,
what
you
wanna
can,
do the
and you
rest
know
of
what?
it.
I am a bit of a planner,
Timetable it.
but I don't
schedule
want to
it
know
down to the hour.
because that's scary. And on top of that, I think that will give me more anxiety, I guess, to get to certain
Goals.
things. Yeah, get to certain
But it'll
goals.
encourage you to get more done. More stuff
Yeah,
done.
quite possibly. But I guess, and that's just the mystery of life, isn't it?
Yeah. So what jobs are you working at the moment? Anything interesting?
No.
Any interesting people you met?
Who have I met that's interesting? No, because see, I'm not like working full time, so I'm not meeting interesting people besides you, because you're super interesting.
Oh, right.
I need to meet more interesting people. My neighbour's pretty interesting.
The new neighbours?
Yeah, they are actually, because
How long have you been living in your current place?
probably like a year.
Okay. So you're kind of new as well.
Yeah, I am kind of new as well, so people are trying to get to know us. I think the neighbour right next to us hates us because I have a dog that, because we moved in fresh, we just kept barking because it was
Yeah.
like, where am I? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And she was getting frustrated. Doesn't do that anymore. But, give my dog a break. Like, it's just moved into a new neighbourhood, and I think she hates me because of my dog. So I don't think I started off on a good note with her.
Yeah.
Do you know what she actually did? Listen to this. She came to my house at 4 a.m, ringing the doorbell non-stop, ringing. And then we've got like a little camera where we can see who it is. And
Yeah.
I saw her and I went, you know what? I'm not going to answer the door because I'm in my fucking PJs at 4 a.m. on a Tuesday night. Like, I know that my dog is barking and I'm so sorry. And I was like up trying to get him, to stop barking and settle him and do all of that. And then I saw her walk to the gate and tell my dog off.
Oh, so your dog was in the front yard?
No, my dog was in the back,
Okay.
but like there's side gates.
Oh, right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And she walked to the side gate where, I don't know how, my dog has literally rummaged through a whole bunch of stuff that was on the side and gone up to the side gate. And she's gone there. And I don't know if she like hit it or did something to it. She just kept saying like, shut the fuck up. And I'm like, you know what, I would do that too. And I don't blame her, but I don't know if I would go to someone's house.
Or was it light enough?
No, it was dark.
Okay.
It was pitch
So your camera
black.
was
It was winter.
infrared?
It was black. No, it like sparks a light. Like it shines when someone presses the button.
Oh, okay.
So I could see her.
That'd be kind of scary. We just get these flashes of his face.
I know. I was like, first of all, I'd be scared to get up.
What? And
Put my
and the
clothes
video
on.
goes to your iPhone or something?
No, like, so camera at the front, and then there's like a little touch screen, almost like a mini iPad
Yeah.
that you can see
All right.
who the fuck is there.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so yeah, she's a bitch.
And what did now that it's all over, have you ever thought about like apologising? Like, hey, it's
I
been a
did. Well,
tough
she
time.
came over the next day again. The next day she came over, and I was very nice because I'm not a malicious person. And I said to her, look, I'm so sorry. I apologise. She's like, I've been up all night because of your dog, and I didn't even go to work this morning. She's like, you better shut that thing up or I'm going to call the council on you. And I went, and I was still so nice to her. I was like, yeah, no problems. I'm so sorry. I apologise, blah, blah, blah. And then after she left, I closed the door, and then I went, that bitch just threatened me. And I was still so nice to her.
How long have you been living there? This is like a
Like
couple of weeks in?
Yeah. That literally was
Wow,
like, no,
the
no.
drama's begun already.
Yeah, I was like,
And that was a year ago.
yeah,
So no more run-ins?
no.
Okay.
Now she walks her dog and she just sort of does like a awkward smile every now and then, like, hello, neighbour that I hate.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn it.
She's
And
never said, look, I appreciate you've shut the dog up.
No, she didn't. I don't know. Do I go there and say, do you want to come over for a coffee?
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
No,
I don't know
that's
what you do with
creepy.
neighbours.
She has a dog,
In
and
the
her
country
dog,
you would, but in the city, you
her
fear your
dog-
neighbours.
her dog cries all night
Yeah.
because she has a dog at the back as well, and it cries all the time. I don't know if she's not feeding it, but it just cries.
Mm-hmm.
It goes like,
Oh, right. So she's...
Non-stop. It's always
Throwing
doing that. But I'm not
rocks
a
and
neighbour who's
glass and-
annoying. I'm not like, your music is too loud. Can you turn that shit down? That's not me.
Is
Like,
it, how old is she?
she's not even old. I'd say she's like mid-30s.
And she has a family, or is it just her?
She has a family, yeah, but her kids are old. They're like my age.
Oh, right. So you think she had kids really young?
No, she doesn't have kids really young.
No, when she was really young.
I don't know.
If she's mid-30s and their kids are in the 20s, she would have had to have the kids
Oh,
when they're
yeah.
15.
Oh, yeah, she must have. She looks like she's like 35,
Okay.
but she probably did. Well, my mum's 43,
Mm-hmm.
and she had me when she was 18 or 19 years old, but she was married.
Okay.
And then she had my brother. But still, yeah, she would be super young.
So you're the oldest
Yes.
in the family?
Yes, I am
Of
the
the
oldest. And then I have two brothers.
Mm-hmm.
My mum waited
Yeah.
a very long time to have my youngest brother, who me and him are 12 years apart.
Oh, right.
Same parents, same everything. People are like, oh, that's weird. Did your parents get divorced? I'm like, no. They just decided to freaking
So
not
when you're
have
12
kids
years
for
old
ages.
and you suddenly get a new brother,
Yeah.
is
Do you
that
know
exciting?
what? I loved it. I thought
Okay.
it was awesome. I was
Mhm.
12 and I was like, we always said to her, Mum, have another one, have another one, have another one. Because at that point, me and my brother had bashed each other enough. So I wanted someone else to bash
Yeah.
at 12 years old.
Yeah.
And I thought, what better than a newborn? Now he's 12.
You're probably at 12 age, you're probably like, oh, I could play mum.
Yeah. Yeah, but I would have wanted a sister because I don't have a sister.
Yeah.
That's actually one of my sad things.
Oh,
I'm
right.
like, it's sad because so many of my friends have sisters.
That was funny. We're at, just for context, we're in the Cultural Precinct. You can probably hear this old movie playing in the background on the big screen in Perth. And or just before this, I was recording an interview with an actress called Anna, who I don't know which will go up on the podcast before, but I just wanted to interview her about like why, how did she come to decide to try acting. But then she mentioned she had a twin sister, and so I spent the rest of the podcast
Ooh.
just asking her about what it's like to be a twin.
Oh, wait, were you guys podcasting?
Well, I don't know if it's going to be a podcast, but it's like,
Like an interview that you wanted to record, to go over.
yeah.
You
know how?
pervert.
Did you ever listen to commentary tracks on DVDs?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's stuff like maybe we could put on a commentary track for the movie. Yeah.
I'm going to write your notes.
Yeah. Or it can be like, listen to the podcast that takes you behind the scenes of this
Yeah.
new short film from James.
That's cool that she's a twin.
Yeah.
I want to be a
So I
twin.
totally derailed the whole podcast by going, oh, you're a twin? Tell me more.
Twins are cool.
And then I've totally derailed you because you were talking about, you wish you had a sister. You're sad.
Yes. No, well, yeah, that's okay that you derailed me. I won't take
You don't
it
have
to
cousins
heart.
that
No.
are like,
I do have cousins.
females?
Yeah, I do. I actually had cousins that were super close to me and super close in age, but they all moved to Melbourne.
oh, okay.
All of them.
Mm-hmm.
Now the only cousins that I have here, well, I have other cousins, but I'm not as close with them. When I say cousins, my first cousins are the ones that I was super close with.
Yeah.
I have second and third cousins, but I don't really like them. I do, but we're just different. They're like gangster, and I'm like, run with the wind. So weird how people can have totally different personalities yet be from such a similar family. Like even my first cousins, I'm like, we are close, but we're so different. Like they're super cultural and like traditional, and I'm like, ooh, where can I go tonight? Like, oh, I want to go look at some art, or like I want to do this, or and they're like, are we going to go to the park and do a barbecue with our 300 children that I've had at the age of like 14?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not me. But I do love them and respect them, and I respect everyone's decisions in
Well, they're
life.
14 years old now.
No, I'm saying I'm being dramatic. Remember how I
Okay,
told you I
yeah.
was dramatic?
So you're-
They're older. Well, no. Okay, so the cousin I'm referring to,
yeah.
she is 22 and she's got 2 children and
Mhm.
was married at 20.
Okay.
So that's just, like, all good for you, doll. That's just like,
So you weren't pressured into having knocking some out
no.
young.
No. I wasn't. My parents are different. My parents have always wanted me to get educated and go out and experience different things,
Yeah.
have fun,
Mhm.
because they said that, they didn't have that growing up, being from Macedonia. Well, my dad anyway. My dad's like the support system. And, but my other family members, especially my grandmother and grandfather, they're great and everything. They're all supportive, but they're very like, Jessica, you're 24 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when the hell are you going to have like some bubbas and do this? And I'm like, yeah, exactly. I'm 24 years old.
Yeah.
Calm down. There's a lot of eggs in there.
Great. It's good to know.
Great.
If you need an egg donation,
Yes.
write us in. Jessica will do it for a small fee.
Yes. Jessie O's eggs.
Where are we going? Okay, we're talking about this podcast. I'm guessing that Jess is going to have a bit of a soapbox like she did about that Kim Kardashian thing. And you said you're obsessed with celebrities, and then
I said I didn't know their name.
Then you're obsessed with Criminal Minds. I'm like, who stars in that? To help me figure out which show it is, because I've heard the name, definitely know the name. I just don't.
Do you know what?
I
know one of the guys' names. And I've just completely forgotten, and I know another one's name as well, but I've completely forgotten. I do love the show. Look, give me a break. There's so many celebrities out there. I can't know all of their names.
But you know the characters' names then?
Yes.
Okay.
So I love Derek Morgan. He's hot.
That's the name of the character, not the actor.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the name of the character.
So you're not really obsessed with celebrities. You're more obsessed with stories.
Look, I am obsessed with celebrities, but at the same time, I'm obsessed with their characters that they play. I'm obsessed with their lifestyle, okay?
Mm-hmm.
If I could be an actress, I'd like to be. I don't think I am, like I said, I don't know. I'm always like judging myself. So I'm like, am I good enough? Am I this? Am I that? But I would love to. Me and my partner always discuss, if we were like going to make a film, what would we do and how would we do it? We have some weird minds sometimes, and some of the conversations that we have, that's why, we get along so well, because we both have randomest conversations. It'll go from talking about what's going on in the news, or what's going on in, this TV world, or what's going on, in Jakarta. We're just like really random about what we discuss. But anyway, one of the main reasons I watch Criminal Minds is because I love criminal stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
So actually today I was even looking at trying to get a job at the police academy, because I like, sort of that.
All right.
sort of
As in
stuff.
to train to be a police, or just working in the academy?
I don't know. See,
Okay.
that's where I was like, I'm going to call and I'm going to find out what is actually available. And they actually said to me that the government is not hiring anyone for a really long time because they're trying to cut costs. So I was like, well, that helps me.
Yeah. That's true. I read the other day that, there's not enough police to just do petty crime stuff. So,
But they are hiring cops.
okay.
Just like, say, if I wanted to do something in administration or sort of get my foot in the door. Because I don't know if I'd necessarily want to be out in the field, like be a cop where I would... look, I don't know, because my partner was saying, maybe I want to get into the police force to be a cop, which I thought that would be great for him. Then I was like, what if I'm like, in there as well?
No, I want to be the cop.
Yeah. It was so funny, actually, because he's like, have you seen Let's Be Cops, the movie?
No.
Oh, my God. It's funny. It's like two...
I've been... if it comes on... I think it's on my Netflix queue. If it's on Netflix, I can't remember.
Watch it. It's like, it's silly, but it's like, it's funny. Like, the funny stuff is there. It's like basically two guys go to a dress-up party dressed up as cops, and then when they walk off, people actually believe that they're cops, and then they continue the trade of being cops, and they actually get caught in this like criminal thing.
Excellent.
And so me and my partner were like, what if we were like, let's be cops, and we were in the car, and then we just pointed guns at each other, and everyone was like, what are you guys doing? And we're like, freeze! Like...
Yeah.
Like, as a joke.
I wanted to just I drive for a living, so I just see a lot of bad people on the road, and sometimes I'm one of them, but I don't speed or anything. Are you a
law-abiding citizen?
I'm pretty much always law-abiding, but doesn't mean I'm that courteous of a driver. I've always wanted like some flashing lights in the front of the car. You know how the undercover cars are just whenever I see someone do a dickhead thing in front of me, I can just flash them just to scare them for a second. They look back and go, "Oh, no, that's not a police car."
That is illegal.
I know it's illegal, but doesn't. I mean, when are you going to get caught unless you're flashing on the cop?
There's like a cop behind you that sees you. Do you know what? I don't get it, right?
I wonder if you can make like green and purple lights, and so that you can get away on technicality. Like for a second, the person thinks they're blue and red,
yes.
they're actually green and purple. And so
That's
that
good
doesn't-
if you get pulled over, because then you
Yeah.
can be like, I'm not doing
This
anything
is just
illegal.
my party lights
Yeah.
when I want to have a disco on my garage, mate.
That just happens to be my car.
Yeah.
That is hilarious. I have a lot of speeding fines.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Do you know what, though? Not that I speed like a crazy person. I'm not a speeder. But, like, I'm always going 10 over. I have a Hyundai. Hello, it doesn't move unless you put the foot down. Like,
Right.
otherwise I'm like, my car isn't moving. I need to move.
What? So it only works, it just coincidentally works at 10 kilometres over the speed limit.
No, that's just me speeding.
Have you lost your license?
That's my excuse. No, I've never lost my license. So obviously, you know, I have a lot of fines, but I never have fines where I get demerit points
Oh, okay, yeah.
because I'm not going fast enough. So
Mhm.
if the speed limit's 60, I go 70. And
As a general rule.
as a general. No, do you know why? Because I put the music up so loud and then I just sing and I dance and then I'm like, oh my God, I just got flashed. Oopsies. Like, I'm really stupid. Yeah, wow. Not good, huh?
I do get them now and then, but it's always because of some idiotic rule. Like there's this one road that I was pissed off about because normally, yeah, in where you live, there's a terrible road that runs up. I don't know if you're going up. Oh, I can't even remember the name of these roads. Arundel Road.
Yeah.
And you turn right. You can turn if you get off the freeway, Arundel Road, heading north, and then you can turn right at those lights. This is the first traffic lights.
Yes, I know what you're talking
And
about.
it's 50.
Yes.
But
and
it's
then as you keep going, it's
60.
60.
Up there.
Yeah. That's how I get flashed.
Yeah, that road I've got done there, and I was doing 61, and because it was 1 over 10, I got demerit points and like a huge fine.
Oh
And-
my God.
But it's crazy. This road has like there's commercial one side, and the other side is just this huge grass section. So there's no actual housing on it, and there's an actual separated bike path, dedicated bike path that's not on the road, and
Dangerous.
it's 50. Right? If you go over the next street over
Yeah, I know.
into whatever that suburb is,
Yeah.
there's literally a road that goes by a school that has a bike lane in the road, not off the road, and it's 60, and it's got houses all along it.
Yeah.
And there's no why is one road 50?
And the other one's 60.
Yeah,
when
why is
residential's 50
the
anyway.
residential one is 60, and the one that's
That doesn't make
commercial
sense.
is 50 exactly. And because they actually know that it doesn't make sense, so they have a yellow sign that says, "Hey, this is actually a 50 road."
Are you serious?
And I'm like, if they went to
I
the
have to see
effort
this.
to put a sign in that says 50, why not put a regular
Yeah,
50
a
sign then?
regular.
A standard white and red.
See, it's
Boy, I get
shit
so
like
angry.
this that you're like, what is happening?
I always
Why?
went to court of that and just, I mean, technically you're still in the wrong, but it's just insane. Like, I should get the council, whoever made that road 50, get
It's
them to pay the
stupid.
fine.
No, I know. That was like,
I saw the cop, like, he had a handheld camera. I'm like, why is he even flashing me? I'm doing the speed limit.
yeah. Yeah, I got done with a handheld camera not long ago.
We're learning things about Jessica.
Yeah.
She's really got opinions about feminism, and she drives really fast. She owns the road.
You know what? I'm making myself sound like I'm like speedometer. No. I don't speed. I just go a
You're just
little bit
ignorant of the
over.
speed limit, yeah.
Yes, just a little, not
a
too
little bit.
much. Just, you know, I shouldn't even do that. Obviously, it's bad, and I don't speed all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the speed fines I'm talking about was when I was younger and I was a little bit, you know. And the one that I recently got that I'm discussing with a handheld camera was because, weirdly enough, okay, I didn't see the sign that
Okay.
said 50.
Mhm.
And you know what? When he fined me, he's like, just to let you know, you've just gone past two signs that said 50. And I'm like, no, there wasn't. And then I went back. There wasn't. There was only one sign, and it was literally like when you turn right, say that there's a one right there, and then as you keep going way down, almost at the end of the road, that's when they got me. And I was like, it's literally at the start.
Mm.
Well, yeah, that's usually where it is supposed to be, isn't it? But don't say there's two when there was only one, mate, all right?
Sure.
I'm not going to pay this. That's a technicality.
So, have you seen that Tanya, who was on the auditions, was talking about the show The Fall, and I just sort of was like, whatever.
Was talking about
a
what?
show called The Fall. It's like cops chasing a serial killer in Ireland. And the girl at work, who's the only person who talks to me, was like, "Oh my god, you got to watch this show, The Fall." And I'm like, and then a third person on the internet, on Twitter, was talking about The Fall. I'm like, "Oh god, I'm gonna have to watch this show." So I like watched the whole 2 seasons in like 2 days and didn't sleep, and it was not good for my health. Have you ever seen that?
No, I haven't. What's that about? Someone falling?
It's you know the lady from the X-Files, Gillian.
Yep. Yeah, I used to watch it.
Scully from the X-Files.
Yep.
I can't remember the name of the actress. Gillian Armstrong? No, that's the director, isn't it? I don't know. And she's, like this badass cop chasing a serial killer in Northern Ireland. Yeah, it was okay. It kept me going. I thought I was just going to watch the first episode and go, pff, but I ended up watching the whole thing.
Okay. The Fall.
Yeah, I think it's you. If you like the crime stuff, you would like it. It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. Okay, cool. I watch a lot of Foxtel. I need a
on
job.
demand?
On demand? Yeah.
Can you watch shows on demand?
Yeah, I think so. What have I been watching? Oh my
Is
god.
Criminal Minds just on during the day on Foxtel? How do you keep track? Or is it a different episode each day so you don't have to keep track of it?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
okay.
different episode each day. I watch Entourage. Do you watch Entourage? Do you know what the Entourage is?
Yes. I've seen it.
Did you like it?
It was okay. It was very lowbrow. It wasn't going to win awards.
It went really big, and it was quite funny.
Yeah.
There's like people full on. They stopped in the middle of the road to stare at us.
I've seen some episodes that were really quite funny. I think I watched right to the end. I didn't see the movie. I haven't seen the movie yet.
I watched the movie. The
What's the
movie
movie?
is not good.
Okay.
Not like the episode. Do you know what the movie's like? That's not even nice to say. But the movie, it's good. It's not good enough. Because they made a big deal about it. And the Entourage was a series that was running for like a decade.
Yeah.
And, it should have been better than that. Like, I just feel like it was like a long episode.
So you were an Entourage fan of the TV show, and you were let down by the movie.
I was let down by the
Okay.
movie, yes. I was let down by the movie.
So is it even worth me seeing it? Just because I want to see what happens?
Yes, go see it.
Okay.
You have to see it because you just want to know what happens.
Yeah.
So, when it's just one of those movies that you
Is
have
Sloane
to
in
go
it?
and see it. Sloane is in it, yes.
I only watched it because of her.
Oh, isn't she beautiful?
She was a bit of a babe.
She is a
She
babe.
played the hard to get
The
recurring
girlfriend,
character.
she was a millionaire because her dad was Terrence.
Yeah.
Is he the guy from the OC?
I think it is, yeah. He's
I
an
think
Australian
he's the
actor, isn't
dad-
it, from Neighbours, I think he was. Yeah.
Is he Australian?
I think so, yeah.
I don't know if he's Australian. Oh, one thing I will say I'm excited about.
Marvel,
before
they're all
we
based
close.
on comic books.
Yes, that's what I was just about to say. The new Captain America looks absolutely insane. Spider-Man is making an appearance. I am so freaking excited. Can you hear it in my voice?
Have you read the comic books that's
No,
based
but
on?
my little brother is a comic
Okay.
genius. And when I say comic, he is 12 years old, and since a young age, he knows everything about everything. I'm
So
not
what do you
even
guys
being
talk about?
dramatic. Comic books. And all he ever shows me is like...
Does he tell you stories? Like, has he already told you what's going to happen in the
He
movie?
knows the history of everything. He
Okay.
has a room full of comic books. And can I say,
Real
comic books...
physical comic books?
Yeah.
He doesn't buy them on his iPad or anything?
No.
Oh, wow.
No, he goes to the store. Like, there's one here in the city. And he goes and he buys
So the
stuff.
young kids are still
Young
using real comic books?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. I want him to be, like, not that he obviously uses technology, but I
Yeah.
want him to have original stuff and actually, I still feel like...
Does he play Minecraft?
Sorry?
Does he play Minecraft?
No. I don't think he does play Minecraft.
Ask him about Minecraft and report
Okay,
back.
maybe he does,
I'd
yeah.
love to hear his opinions on Minecraft.
Okay.
At least what he'll divulge to you.
Report back. No, he actually went into the comic book store here and he went and asked the guy questions about some historic book, and he literally knew the dates of it and when and everything. And the guy in the store, an older gentleman, he actually went, "Wow, you're actually giving me a run for my money." He goes, "I actually think you know more than me," to my little brother. And he was like, "Oh, really?" And then he couldn't find the book. He was like, "I think we have it." He's like, "I don't know." He's like, "I think you know too much." So, and then my brother was like, "Can I get a
That's
job
why I
here?"
hate physical stores. See, if you just
Yeah.
Google what the comic books you want and you press the buy button, and
Yeah.
it downloads to your iPad. And
I know. Have you been to the? Have you been to the?
not since
comic
I
book
was 17.
store? Oh, really? I've never been into comics. as I got older, with my little brother being involved in them, and my partner's a huge Marvel, superhero fan. Oh my God, he's like Star Wars and everything.
I've read some.
He has a lightsaber that cost us
Yeah.
a lot of money. I was like, why? It actually it looks legit.
Okay.
It makes the noise. It shines.
He hasn't broken it yet?
He has not broken
Wow,
it.
that's
We
pretty
bought it about...
Or did he leave it in his plastic container? Because I know
No,
comic
you know
people-
what? He didn't. And he actually said to me the other day, I wish I left it in my plastic container because then it would be worth more. He paid $250 for it. It's going back 7 years ago. And now it's worth $1,000. So he actually made money on it. The Darth Vader original.
Oh, right. So wasn't for the most recent movie. He didn't get
No,
it.
he
Right.
has been a
Oh,
Star Wars
wow.
fan for a long time.
Do you like the new movie?
No, he said he was disappointed. I haven't seen it because I'm not a
It's
Star
the
Wars
worst
fan.
one. It's the worst one.
That's
yeah.
what he
And the old
said.
ones weren't that great.
That's
either.
what he said. He said that this one was the worst Star Wars I've
Yeah.
seen, and I said that's not good. I've only watched the first Star Wars, like the one where he's a baby, the Darth
Oh,
Darth
right.
Vader guy.
You haven't
Look-
sat down and watched it with your brother?
No, I've
No.
tried to, and I fell
I've
asleep.
got little young cousins, and they moved back to France, but I'm almost if they come back to Australia, I'm almost excited to introduce them to Star Wars. Although I feel like by the time they get back, they would have watched them by themselves. But
So you're a Star Wars fan?
yeah,
Wow, I can see that.
I think it's the only sort of original cinema there is.
Was
like-
that a book?
No,
No, I didn't think it
just
was.
the imagination of George Lucas.
Yeah. No, look. Do you
and
know
a
why
lot
I
of other
haven't-
people who helped him. But
Yeah, I haven't watched it because I think I've watched all the famous fight scenes. I've watched those, and they're
Well,
actually
how?
quite good.
What, you Googled them?
YouTube.
Okay.
I YouTubed it.
Did you miss the story?
No, I did miss the story. I know. Do you know what? I plan on watching them.
Don't read the spoilers.
Don't read the spoilers.
Do you know how to watch it? Start with episode 4, then episode 5.
Yeah.
Then you go back to 1, 2, 3.
Yes,
Then go to
that's
6
what my
because
partner
there's a big
said.
spoiler end of 5 that if you watch 1, 2, 3 first, you don't get that.
You don't get it. Yeah, that's what he said. So he made me watch not the one that was the first movie, the one that was like the fourth or whatever it was.
Mhm.
And I was like, why are we doing that? He's like, because this is actually the start of the movie. So that's the one that I started watching. I wasn't that into it. I watched it. I liked it, but I had to get...
It's pretty bad on a small screen. Like, I don't think I own them on Blu-ray and I only skip through them. Like, they're only worth seeing on the big screen. So like when they come every couple of years, they bring them back on the cinema. You go see them, and they're much more fun that way because they
Yeah, they would be, because it wasn't
they're
very
kind
good
of
how I watched it.
cheesy pulp movies, you know.
What was that one made a long time ago? Because it almost looked
First
old.
one was 1977.
Yes, see, it looked really old. It did look really old. And what's the guy that died in it? What's his name? He's-
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yes.
That's the actor's
The
name.
names are hilarious. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
I love that.
Spoiler alert if you haven't seen a 40-year-old movie or whatever.
I'm sure people have. I'm probably the only one in the world.
Yes. But I think this has been a good start.
Yes. Okay. I hope so. We will discuss
Yes.
further. We've got to get a name together, guys.
Job. Job.com.
You're
I don't know if
listening
that's
to
the
Job.
same. Okay, thank you for coming out on this night. It's going to get cold. Only going to get colder.
Yeah, it is.
We might have to find
Oh,
somewhere
I'm
warmer
glad.
to-
I'm going to have a good night's sleep instead of a sweaty one. It was so hot
That's
the last
true,
few
yeah.
nights.
No air conditioning?
Yeah, I do. But I don't like to have it on all night because then I get my aircon is right directly above my head,
Oh, right.
and I get colds really easily.
Mine's right at my feet. So I
Well,
just
then you're lucky.
I just snuggle up in a doona.
Yeah, see, I get cold, and my partner is always hot because he's a plasterer.
Oh, right.
So, yeah, we shouldn't sleep in the same bed.
You can't have your own doona when it's...
Obviously, I do,
A
but
weird
I can't. What do I
differential
cover my head?
Yeah.
My head is frozen.
Oh, that's right. Why don't you sleep the other way around? Move the bed around.
Because that's weird.
Is it? You
I
to have
have done it before, but can you imagine doing it every night? Like, good night, darling.
No, just move the whole bed around
Oh, yeah.
during summer.
I could do that. But you see, the door is there. It's odd.
It's a bit odd.
It is odd.
Is it? You got to think outside the square.
I could move it. We've never thought of that.
Okay.
That's it. I will suggest that. Anyway,
Now
wrapping
you know
things
me.
up.
I'm going to have crazy ideas like that all the time.
Yes.
Just move the bed.
Well,
I have a loft bed where I'm currently sleeping. and it's a bit weird to have that when you're my age, but I have a desk underneath, so I can study underneath.
Oh, wow, like a bunk bed?
Yeah, you have to go off the ladder. Yeah, but
That is
it's not like a
amazing.
small bunk bed. It's like a big...
I always wanted
takes up
one of those.
almost the whole room.
I always wanted one of those, and Mummy never got me one. She said, no, because you're going to grow out of it too quick, so I'm just going to get you a queen bed. And you know what? She was bloody right, but I still really wanted one, and I still want one.
Yeah. No, my best friend's dad is a carpenter, and my mum one year was like, oh, what do you want for your birthday? I'm like, I want a loft bed. And she's like, aren't you a bit old for that? I'm like, no. It'll be awesome.
Oh, my gosh.
And so I got one. He built it.
Further
I
discussions.
have no idea how much it cost. I'm sure it was way too expensive, but
Maybe that can be our next chat. Bedding options.
I'm terrible. The problem with having a loft bed is because you can't see it. You don't make it every day, and so you
I'm
get up
scared
there,
I'm
and
going to fall off.
Literally, my bed is just like 5 iPads and all these
Wow.
books and stuff that I'm like, oh, I'm going to read one day, and then
And you
just sit there.
don't. Yeah, I think everyone has that that cupboard that has just like
And
a bunch
at
of
the end
books.
is like all these clothes I've just kicked off the night when I've been drunk, and I've always forget to look there when I'm doing the washing. Anyway, that's TMI.
You've been very fiddly tonight. I'm very disappointed.
Well, these chairs are not comfortable, and I'm like both hot and cold because I'm wearing a jacket.
You need to be comfortable to do these
We need to find something more comfortable.
I know, and we've also got like a big screen of
We went
old
from
school
being this
movies.
really comfortable. We had these
I know.
nice chairs in the bar with Anna, but there was weird music playing on, so I didn't want to.
Yeah, except now we've got an old movie playing, so have we gone
I don't know.
worse? I don't know.
I can't wait to listen to this at home and see if it's just picking up this
I
movie
know.
playing over here.
Send it to me so I
If
can
you can
listen
guess-
to how bad it is.
If you can guess what movie is playing in the background just by the weird sounds, send us an email at mail@jimmishfam.com and I'll send you out a prize.
Ooh.
Do you have a social media presence you want to plug that people can find you without stalking you?
Well, obviously they can find me on my Facebook.
I don't think you want to give that out.
No,
to the
so I'm not
strangers.
going to.
So you need a public,
do. So maybe we can make one then.
a Twitter account or
Yeah,
something?
we can make one then. Cause, yeah. 'Cause, yeah.
So you can have,
I don't want to have stalkers.
yeah, you want stalkers, but not people that are connected to your friends and family. You just want
Yeah, okay. All right.
a buffer between your celebrity life as a podcaster and your normal life.
Okay then. All right. No, I don't have one that's not like that then.
Yes.
I do have a lot of followers though. So.
Oh, right. So you're going to send it out to your friends and family and hope you haven't said something weird.
No, I don't want that. I actually got my mum to listen to the audition, and she was listening, and
Who'd she vote for?
She didn't vote for anyone.
Oh, right.
I actually didn't get anyone to vote for me, which is why I was so excited. Because I was like, and I didn't even have to get anyone to vote for me.
Were you tempted? You're like,
I was tempted, but I didn't. I promise, I
tempted
didn't.
to scam the system.
I wasn't sure how long the voting would go on for, so I actually didn't get a chance to.
Oh, right. I only put it up for a weekend because I was just like, let's just get this over and done with.
Yeah, it was like 2 days.
Because literally the people who voted voted in the first day, and then
Oh,
the
yeah.
next day I didn't get, and the third day I got like 1,
Yeah.
and I was like, I think the people who care have already voted. Oh, anyway,
Okay.
you're the winner.
Woohoo!
Thanks for joining us on this journey.
Thanks
Let's
to
go.
everyone who voted for me
Signing
once again. So exciting.
You can find the rest of the stuff I do at jimmishfam.com. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.
Bye.